Whoops, that's a good start. Hello, everybody. It is April 9th. It is about 11 in the morning. And I figured I would just quickly talk about tariffs before I go for my walk. I've got my coffee here. McDonald's makes good coffee. I don't care what anyone says. And it's the cheapest around. So anyways, tariffs. Everyone's freaking out about tariffs. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand them, myself included. I don't understand them as, as well as, your best economy as far as, what exactly is going to happen. But I think if you look back at history, tariffs, and look at every other country. So we're not talking about, oh my God, this is new. All these other countries are complaining. All the countries that are complaining about tariffs in the United States, ourselves included, we tariff the United States, right? Like we have something like 270% on dairy. That's insane. We have a kind of a dairy cartel here in our country, and we just dump stuff out. We sort of artificially inflate prices. That's some BS right there, but that's a different sort of subject for another day, maybe. But all the countries that are complaining, the EU, Japan, 50 countries have come to the table already to the United States saying, okay, let's negotiate, because they have tariffs on the United States. I don't see anybody complaining. Everyone's like, Orange Man bad, Trump derangement syndrome. He wants to put tariffs on people. Well, he's putting tariffs on countries that have tariffs on them. You cannot operate that kind of a deficit. China's gotten rich. China has tons of tariffs on the United States. You can't sell anything in China. So they have tariffs on our canola right now. Our farmers in Canada are getting smoked. 345% or some tariff like this. So, you need to develop more organic markets. Every country needs to do this. It gets back to sovereignty, not globalism, because globalism, inevitably, you're going to end up with, the lowest bidder. So China, whoever wants to pay the slave wages to produce product X, is going to always win. And how is that good for the world? How's that good for anyone? China is a rich country, and they have tons of tariffs. So doesn't that mean tariffs work? So, and getting back to like sort of everyone's first complaint, oh, prices are going to go up because it's going to get passed on to the consumer. Well, that's what everyone who's invested in Chinese manufacturing, who has a company that manufactures over there, or purchases from them and ships from China, whatever it is, and then sells over here in North America, that's what they're all going to say, because that's their answer. Oh, it's going to be cheaper for the consumer. Okay, let's do a little thought experiment that I was thinking of the other day. So if you have a widget, whatever product, pick your product. Widget costs $20 in Canada, made in Canada, and the Chinese widget costs $15. You look at pricing, it's not like we're paying super cheap prices for stuff, right? It seems to me like the companies making stuff over in China are just making bigger profits and paying less wages. But anyways, so how do you reverse that? Well, you have to incentivize people to stop doing that. And the way you do that is with tariffs. How else are they going to want to manufacture here as opposed to there? They're always going to go to the lowest bidder. So you have to make the lowest bidder, not the lowest bidder. This just seems like common sense to me. But anyways, so you got this widget that's $20 made in China. And whoever sells that widget here, maybe you make $10. I doubt you do. It's probably $5. You're going to pay for manufacturing, shipping, all this other stuff. So that money all goes back to China, the $10 or the $15, whatever you want to call it. Let's just say it's $15, and $5 stays in Canada or the United States. So then we put a 50% tariff on that product, and you still have the Canadian made in Canada, made in America. We'll just say Canada for the rest of this example. Made in Canada widget, that's $25. Well, the 50% tariff on the $20 widget, now that widget from China is $30. So prices have gone up, but I can still buy this $25 widget. Okay, so prices have gone up a little bit. But that's the short term. We're trying to reverse a really bad system. That doesn't just happen in the blink of an eye. It's going to happen over a long period of time. How long? I don't know. This is what I'm talking about. I don't know what it looks like, but I'm willing to go through the pain because we go through the pain anyway. We have housing collapses, we have economic collapses, financial collapses, COVID, all these transfers of wealth from the poor to the rich. So now I don't hear anyone complaining about those things. I don't hear Trump freaking bad, blah, blah, blah for that. Oh, Pierre's gonna, whatever for that. It's ridiculous. It's Pierre Poilievre, our hopefully future prime minister. Otherwise, we're screwed in this country. But the Americans will see an influx of Canadians. That's what's going to happen. We'll be on the border waiting to come in peacefully and, correctly. Fucking going to no Venezuelan jail on the way back to Canada. Anyways, so you still got this $25 widget that is made in Canada. So I would argue it's a better product. And in addition to that, you've got all 25 of those dollars that are going to remain in Canada to pay the Canadian company, the Canadian manufacturing, the Canadian wages. Isn't that a good thing? We're all buy local, buy local, buy local, right? We should be doing that anyway, But the fact is, a lot of things you don't have the option to buy local. You can go find a microwave that's made in Canada. How about a dishwasher? How about headphones? Like you name it. It's hard to find things that are made in Canada. So we're talking about tariffs. If you look at every single country, they all have tariffs in the United States, and those are the ones that are complaining. Of course they're complaining. They've had it good for a long time. They get to ship our products out or their products out, and they don't get to take any of our products or take any American products. And those countries are doing really well. I don't understand. It's disappointing to me. I shouldn't say I don't understand, but it's so disappointing to me that people are just like so knee-jerk reaction. Tariffs, Trump, bad. Elon, bad. That's another thing. This Elon Musk stuff, I'm going to save that for another rant because this will just end up being, these videos will all end up being too long. But those are my thoughts on tariffs. I don't know what you guys think, but I think people need to calm the hell down. We're trying to reverse a really bad system. We're trying to bring manufacturing back to North America. That's when we had a middle class. Probably most of you don't even remember that. I mean, I didn't really grow up with it. I was born in 76. But I know that during that time, that's when the manufacturing started leaving. And has that worked out really well for us? Come on, man. Come on, man. Anyways, that's all I got to say on that. I'm going to go for a walk. We'll see you guys next time.